Well, now that it's not a Monday, we're back here assessing the damage and trying to weigh out our options and what exactly we're gonna do. Those of you guys that didn't see yesterday's video, I had a bit of an incident with the fertilizer spreader. It no longer has wheels, giving her too much smoke. Well, we need a place for the fertilizer that's currently in the fertilizer without wheels on it. So Cameron and I are hooking up the other trailer because the other two trucks are full, like way too full. So we're gonna get this thing hooked up. Okay, now that it's no longer a Monday and we're able to put our heads back on our shoulders and comprehend what went on and how to fix the problem, here's the solution I came up with. So originally, we don't know how to empty this thing. It's full of fertilizer. She's full. That's kind of why I no longer have axles or tires. So our original idea was to take the payloader and kind of just tip it over because the thing is totaled, and then scoop it up with some buckets and put it in the new fertilizer spreader when we get it, and yeah, all that jazz. Or shovel it out, which I really don't want to do because that might take a hot minute and that'd be a lot of work. So shoveling was not an option. Or also not an option, taking the grain vac and sucking it dry with that, because we do not want this corrosive stuff in our grain vac. That is not an option. But we're doing a little bit more looking. So thanks to the axle braking, you know, we kind of destroyed the whole back part here. So since the back part is absolutely cooked, it looks like it won't be too hard to finish removing it. We got to remove this belt here, or this this bolt, and then I'm assuming there's another bolt buried in the dirt there. Get this pulled off, and I'm thinking I can take our swing out auger, send it right under here, and then just sit there and conveyor it out as fast as possible, therefore getting it empty. And yeah, so that's the plan. I gotta get the rear end of this thing off so I can get the swing out auger under there. And you know, you guys, typical North Dakota, it was beautiful yesterday. No wind. Oh, it's just gorgeous out. It can't last for too long because it is blowing like crazy out here now. I hope it makes okay footage because, good old North Dakota. Best place to live if it wasn't windy. Okay, I got my bolt dug out. Looks extremely rusty, so that's a good sign. How am I gonna get in there? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Need socket. 3/4. Thing is made in America, so I do think it is 3/4. Bingo. We got it! Woohoo! Now my arm's stuck. Okay, I think it's just 4 bolts that hold that on, which these 2 conveniently are pulled out for me. I don't have to remove those. And all I'm seeing is the 2 on that side, which I got off. Those ones were not conveniently ripped off for me. Maybe I should have sent it harder because then I wouldn't have to be loosening those bolts. It would have just ripped off. I know I gotta disconnect this hydraulic line. That the swivel is not working. Oh my gosh. Pickles. I gotta go get another wrench. Okay, 46% sure I got it all disconnected. So I'm gonna do the right thing, tie a chain to it, hook it to the pickup, and floor it. Come on, Cameron. You got this. It doesn't look like he has this. Getting the truck underneath the auger now. Kick the PTO on. Now you guys can't really tell, but it is going down. This definitely beats shoveling, and it's still really windy out here. This darn wind out here, I swear it just keeps getting stronger. Oh, we got one problem solved. We got all the product out of the spreader. Now, sadly, the spreader can't just be chilling in the field here, so we got to get this thing moved home. Luckily, you guys gotta look at the bright side. Luckily, home is just the other side of those trees. So we're gonna get creative and try to get this figured out. Okay, new thing we got going here. The payloader, I think, is gonna be my new wheels for the fertilizer spreader. Okay, we're off the ground. That should work, right? Well, this is about the sketchiest thing I've done in a long time. The hitch is all good and kinked, but Joey and I are gonna start moving nice and slow. What the heck, tractor? Just keep going. I don't know why it keeps stopping. Okay, we are moving at approximately a ½ mile an hour. It's nice in the cab here. It's not so darn windy. Well, it looks like this here is gonna be her final resting spot. I got a fertilizer spreader for sale if anyone's interested. Used like new, 50K. I know what I got, no low balls. Man, I'm really fighting the urge to do that right now. Like, that'd just be very oddly satisfying. But I can't do that to the old Bourbon. She treats me way too good. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna finish my day out here in the excavator, burying this last hole of rock up so that way this is ready to seed, because there's just not a whole lot else I could get into for projects, being the time of day that it is. So this is gonna be it. Oh, that is incredible. There is still a lot of frost in this pile. I'm actually having a hard time getting it busted up and pulled back. Like that chunk right there is all frozen and kind of crazy to me. But last fall when I dug this hole, it was very muddy here, so that makes sense. But I think it'd be warm enough by now to have this all thawed out. Guess that means there might be some frost still in the ground and the fields in places too. Well, I got the clay pile kind of smoothened out-ish. I got it to where it's drive overable. Now I just need the cultivator. And right behind the clay pile here, you know, I'm in the large excavator. I see this solid rock in the bean field behind me. It's like, oh, you know, I'll just dig it out. What's one rock gonna hurt? I swear these things breed like rabbits. This was one and it turned into 15. And now we can't have nice things because now the field's all rutted up and I thought it'd just be one hole, I'll fill it in. Oh well, I did the best I can. I smoothed it out with the excavator. And when I take the little mini payloader and pick these rock up, I'll smoothen it out a little more. But let's go get the cultivator and get this cultivated up. Okay, we're here to the clay pile with the cultivator. What can we destroy now? First pass we're gonna take her nice and easy, ladies and gentlemen. This is rough. Okay, I got her cultivated up pretty good and it's looking not too bad minus all the little clay chunks, but that's just the way she goes when you got wet clay. One thing I don't like though, and I'm gonna jump in the excavator, I kind of got a bit of a lip here. I'm sure it doesn't show up on camera. A pretty aggressive lip coming up and then dropping down. So I want to see if I can pull this back a little bit with the excavator and remove that a little bit. Just make it look a little nicer so that way when you come across it with all the equipment, it's not so like wangly jangly all around it. You know what I mean? Probably not. I don't even know what I mean. I'm just gonna do it. So I'm out here, I finished that clay pile. I'm out here giving her big smoke with the cultivator. In the field we spread fertilizer in yesterday because we're not entirely sure that it got into the ground because we only got 30 hundredths of rain and the rain dissolves it into the soil, dissolves all the little pellets and just pushes it down into the soil. It's like a 50-50 whether or not it got in. The pellets are all dissolved, but 30 hundredths is kind of the edge of not enough to get it in. So yeah, I'm out here giving her big smoke with the cultivator. Except for, as you can see, we're not moving. I'm stuck. I guess it's dark enough to turn the lights on, right? How do you do that in this thing? I want the lights to turn on. Oh, up here. There we go. I forgot how to tractor, guys. So I'm not completely stuck, but I'm stuck. I was coming along here, and all of a sudden, she just kind of stopped moving. So I just stopped. And I lifted up. The cultivator's still sitting on good solid ground. The tractor's in a low spot here. So I am going to hopefully back it out and we're not stuck, even though we're stuck. Yeah, so let's watch this happen. Well, that wasn't so bad. It just, that time the backing out method worked and we actually didn't sink. It's just very, very greasy here when you sink in the mud when you walk. Probably shouldn't be driving a tractor there. I didn't know that. It was getting dark and I was playing the light game with myself. I won, but crisis averted. Okay, we're gonna go around that and take a little bit wider of an approach. So we are no-till, like I've said a million times in the past, and I'm out here tilling again. Let's just say we try to be no-till, not that we're no-till. So I really don't want to be cultivating this field because it is super, super rocky. Well, like I said, I also kind of want the fertilizer in the ground, but it's 50-50 whether or not it is in the ground. You guys can leave a comment what you think. We got a really slow rain of 30 hundredths. Is my broadcasted fertilizer incorporated into the soil, or is it not and it's all gonna leach away into the air? I don't know. So I'm just out here kind of doing a little 50-50 job, getting a couple low spots where there are no rock, and I needed something to do to finish out my day, so this is what we're doing. Oh boy, there's another slough right there. We don't want to hit that. So in a way, I do think some of the fertilizer got in the ground. In a way, I'm doing a little test for future reference. Cultivate over half of this, and if the cultivated stuff shows that the yield is better and looks like it has more nutrients, 30 hundredths was not enough rain. If it vice versa, then it was enough rain, or if there's no difference at all. You guys know what I mean, right? I don't even know what I mean. So this morning was a bit of a like chaos mess, trying to plan and figure out what the heck we're gonna do now that we had obviously totaled that fertilizer spreader. So this morning we spent all morning figuring out and shopping for new fertilizer spreaders, which I think we got one narrowed down. I guess you guys will see in the future video what we decided on. So in yesterday's video with the total destruction of the fertilizer spreader, I totally thought I was gonna get roasted in the comments and telling me how to farm and how I was farming wrong and all the stuff and things that the keyboard warriors like to put in the comments. But by my surprise, y'all just put hilarious stuff in the comments and I just started laughing so hard. I'm very grateful for all the support you guys have done, all the comments you leave on the end of video, things I say, and it makes it a lot more fun. It makes it a lot more exciting, makes me think of more stupid, random, sarcastic stuff to say. Just thank you guys for watching. Well, I'm just gonna stay out here and keep giving her big smoke for a while, and I think I'm gonna close out this video. So thanks for watching, guys. Today's end of video comment, I want you guys to comment Joey.